Morning, Steve, Tibor. Hey, Craig, Anna, electronic composer. That's fine, Anna. You know, work is work. That's fun. Twice now. This thing has died this morning and 2 days in a row. I think my interface is not long for this world. Let's see if we can pick up where we left off, though. At least we can recover. But still, that's fucking annoying. I wonder if it's thermal. All right, let me finish this thought I was trying to do musically, and then we can discuss what better new hardware would be. Oh, did I curse, James? Whoops. Sorry if there are children here. There we go. At least I finished the statement. Don't die. Please don't die. All right. Ugh. All right. Dare I scroll back into the chat? Nah, let's see. We'll keep this droning. There we go. Okay, let's see. So, Steve, Tibor, Anna, Craig, electronic composer, James. Hey, Wookie. Who else is floating in here? Casual Noises, good morning. Skyer. Let's see. Keep going. Pseudo Reboot. Hey there. Just in time for the crash. Let's see. Today, we're going to talk about a couple things. I don't have a ton of time. So Wednesdays, the third Wednesday of every month, and I think it's the third Wednesday. Might be the fourth. Third. Third January. We're in the week 3. My dog goes for grooming and daycare. He spends a day playing with his buddies and then gets a haircut. So we have to drop him off really early. So I got to get going. But let's see. Yeah. Hang in there, Wook. been thinking about that. Anyway, I don't want to. Got to keep up this morning. Going to keep us up. Hang in there. Let's see. Who else is here really quick? And then we had a crash. Yep, the interface died. So it's a Motu Ultralight AVB, like Gen 1. So it's really old. I think it's 15 years old, maybe older. And it is starting to show signs of just random lockups. And it might be thermal because the heat had just come on. And I was like, man, it's hot in here. And then all of a sudden, so I don't know. We'll see. But when it crashes, it's just a hardware reset, power reset. It comes back up. Then I tell Ableton, hey, that interface that disappeared, it's back. Ableton says, oh, sure, no problem. And picks up right where it left off. So that's fine. Yeah, surprising turn of the melody line, Skyer. That's too funny. And that metronome there. That's okay. Anyway, things we want to talk about today. Someone asked some questions about my effects chains. They're like, your stuff sounds so warm, right? Which is very kind of them to say. I'm not necessarily shooting for warm, but they were like, what do you do effects chain wise? So I'm just going to briefly talk about that, explain. It's not complicated. And then Kieran, hey there, man. And then James, you shout out language. Did I curse when everything crashed? Let me know. There are children who watch this from time to time. Arturius 16 rig. Maybe. Whatever I get, though, James, has to support AVB, audio video bus. So that's Motu Gear and a few other companies. AVB is an open standard. But I've got a 24 analog input expansion that only speaks AVB. And so I need something. There's no headphone outs on it. There's no mic ins on it. It's just 24 line ins. And that's what I connect all the synths to. So I need something to feed it to that speaks AVB. And that thing has to have headphone outs and at least one mic in. So we'll figure it out. I'm waiting for Motu to come out with refresh their AVB gear. It's been a while. Hopefully it's coming. Let's see. Just a well-earned F-bomb. Great. Sorry, kids. Don't do what we say, not what we do. Anyway, let's see. The interface is dying. And sudo reboot, you'll have your Behringer 1820. If it has AVB, I'll consider it. I am Mac-based, Steve. Let's see. Anyway, all right. So let's talk about synths and sounds really quick. So we've got a new drone. We're running a Japanese child choir. And let me tell you, it's like instant Akira. I'm loving it. That's out of Omnisphere, believe it or not. Let's see. Yeah, to what Donnie don't does. Anyway, the leads are unchanged. Right, super solid lead coming out of Omnisphere, and then the bass. Those, I don't change everything every day. So, new child choir, then same lead, same bass. The Op6 is doing this sort of square wave with a buzz behind it. Pad. And there's some phasing going on there. The phasing is actually the Ableton phaser. What's it sound like? Dry. Sounds like... So I'm applying... we'll get to effects chains in a second, but here it is out of Op6 dry. Right, so there's some phasing in it. A little bit of delay. Right, and I just add more phaser, delay, and reverb. A little more delay, a little bit more reverb. So that's our drone for the most part. The wave state I brought back, it's a sample that reminds me of Art of Noise. 80s. Huge reverb. And then the mod wave. Oh, that was the wave state, by the way. The mod wave is also doing an 80s an orchestra hit. It's scanning through a bunch of samples, and periodically the Bartok orchestra hit, the classic, sort of comes through. There it is. So there's an orchestra hit or a rhythmic sort of smack, and then it arpeggiates sort of rhythmically on the, not arpeggiates, but it's got this rhythmic in time with the tempo pulsing. Yeah, I guess it's an octave arp. And it moves through the samples. I love the wave state. Anyway, and then the Summit, almost a guitar. It's a synth trying to be a Strat. It's got that Roland stereo chorus thing going on. You know? And then the Hydrosynth doing another sort of pluck lead. So, what is it about that bass? Who doesn't love a Rick bass? Let's see. More phaser. I like the phasers. See ya, Anna. Have a good one. Subtle phaser is good. Creates a slightly moving bass layer for everything. Oh, that was one of Eddie Van Halen's tricks. That's cool. I did not know that it was one of his tricks. I like putting phasers on lots of things to get some sort of motion. Slow phasers. If you turn the feedback up too high, it's a nice effect, like dramatic effect, but that can get old. So like here. Let's bring this up. So here's too much feedback. Right. If the rate was slow enough, let's slow the rate down to 8 bars. So this will take 8 bars to do a full sweep. It's almost like Ring Mod's kind of Space Whales. You know. And then you could make it too fast. Right? And you get into Dalek territory. It's fun to play with the rate, though. All right. Hey, Project Siren. You missed the crash. It happened early. All right. Someone asked about effects chain, and I just want to cover it really quick. All the effects, at least for January. So we'll use the bass because it's easy. All the effects are Ableton stock effects, except the things that come out of the synths themselves. So actually, let's use... Let's use the wave state. All right, so let's turn off the effects chain. So the wave state currently, and I'm not going to show you the screen. So the wave state, everything effect-wise you hear out of this, reverb, etc. That's all in the wave state. Let's see. Let's turn off the effects. So here this is that sound dry. There's some delay in there that's coming from me. No, there's some delay in here, but I have the master delay off. So that may be, there are 4 layers running, so that may be coming from other layers, or it could be in the sample itself. So turn, that's a mod effect. It's the chorus. And then we've got the tape echo. And then we bring the delay back, reverb back in. Right, and that makes everything. Right, so that commenter, and I don't remember your name, I'm sorry, who asked, what's your effects chains like? It's pretty much the effects chains in the synths. But if we go to, the only other thing I really add in Ableton is occasionally some phaser. The Ableton Echo device, right? That's a tape delay emulation. I use that all the time. It's really an excellent tool. It has all the things I like. It does ducking, some nice modulation. It'll overdrive. Let's go to a synth that's, so we can overdrive the feedback nicely. Like it breaks up. Right, it doesn't get too gritty. It doesn't, the high end doesn't get topped out. There's like a filter pulling it down. You could specify the shape of the filter. It's the highs and lows, roll off. And then the reverbs I'm using are, again, Ableton stock reverbs. There are days when I'll reach out for like Valhalla Supermassive. Excuse me, I'm stretching. I like Valhalla Supermassive because it's free and humongous. But I'm not using it at all in January. I might have used it on some of the earliest days. But pretty much I'm using the Ableton stock hybrid reverb. So there's 2 reverbs that come with Ableton. Just the bass reverb, which I use on drums a lot. It's got some nice rooms. And it's easy to understand. It's not too complex. And then the hybrid reverb is this blendable algorithmic reverb and impulse response reverb. And I'm using it half in impulse response mode as a hall, and then using the other side as this algorithmic hall. So let me turn off the echo. So that reverb is the hybrid reverb. We turn it off. That reverb is the inbuilt, what are we playing? We're playing the Summit. So there's a little bit of a hall on the sound itself, and I add more with this hybrid reverb. With the decay time set to about 6 seconds. And it just gives it a bit more bloom. I like stacking reverbs, always have. I've done a video on reverb stacking, I'm pretty sure. So the patch itself, the pluck, has a little bit of a hall on it, but then that's coming out into a delay, which is like echoing long enough and then going into this hybrid blooming reverb. Which is really good for ambient, Berlin School, droney stuff. Right, that works for me. Say, how do you get that bass sound? Asks Kieran. Let's see. Have I heard the Jacob Collier Choir? No, I have not. So you can tell me about it. Let's see. Scanning back to see if there's anything here. So I don't know much about Jacob Collier, actually. Isn't he like a young prodigy or something like that? Not a fan. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying, I don't know. Hey, Jeff. Jeff. So, hello. Hello to Jeff's little girls. Let's see. Alara and Lydian. So, if you're watching, hi. Jeff, don't watch the beginning of the stream. I had a hardware crash and cursed. So, hopefully you can filter that out for your kids. Project Siren. I'm doing great. January's easy. So it's easy now. 3 years ago it was hard, but now it's easy. Let's see. The Wookiee says, one of the bands I played in, the bass player had a stereo rick. Yep. And he put his Marshall stack on the right, to the right of my kit, and his orange stack to the left when we played live. Yeah. So it's not stereo, actually. The ricks aren't stereo output. It's one output for the bridge pickup and one output for the neck pickup, I believe. Since I actually have not owned a rick, but I'm pretty sure that's what the configuration is. Not that it runs in stereo. I did own a Carvin 5-string. That was my sort of main bass for a long time. And that was configured like the Rickenbacker's allegedly, and that's how it was configured. There was two outputs, one for the neck, one for the bridge, and you could switch between them, and you can invert the phase on one of them, and they were, that was a nice configuration. It sounded, I had that Carvin because I like the Rickenbacker sound. Let's see. Summit reverb is excellent. Yeah, so is the Korg reverbs, and so is the Hydrosynth. A lot of synths have good stuff, for sure. I'm thinking about getting a Mini Freak. Let me know what you think about that. I have the Mini Freak VST, and I have the Micro Freak. But in that vein of being able to sit on the couch and program sounds for the Mini Freak on the VST and then load them into the hardware, I like that model. So I'm thinking about that. If you guys have a Mini Freak, give me your feedback on it. Steve says the Jacob Collier Choir is a free VST from Native Instruments. Oh, okay. Jacob is, yeah. I'm familiar with who he is, but he recorded his audience in multiple locations singing stuff. Oh, that's cool. Nice. I wonder if they get like a royalty or something from that. Probably not. Craig worked close with the Carvin store. I love Carvin. I'm sad that they went out of business or aren't what they used to be. So, Karen likes the Micro Freak. I like the Micro Freak. Did a video on it. It just needs effects, right? And put some effects on it. It sounds freaking awesome. When they add user samples. Yeah, I have enough samplers though. I like, you know what it is? What's motivating me is, what are they called? Who's one of the groups that does the oscillator algorithms? Sorry, let me turn this drone on. There we go. Get something going in the background. There we go. Balance that out, okay? Anyway, who does the algorithmic stuff? Some of it was from Mutable Instruments, and some was from this other company. Oh God! And I have they do the Vertitor Legio. They do the Legio line of modular oscillators. I love their stuff. I really like their algorithms. So that's what's kind of motivating me to go towards the Mini Freak. It's not synthesis technology, noise engineering. That's it, Karen. Thank you. Yeah, noise engineering's algorithms are cool. Oh man, I really love them. And I have them in modular in this oscillator called the Vertitor Legio. A couple of them. So I'm a big fan. But anyway, so Jacob Collier acquires a VST. So thanks. And it's a sample based on the audience at a Jacob Collier concert singing. Nah, it's interesting. I'll check it out. I don't know anything about Jacob Collier. I should probably go look. I mean, is he a synth guy or is he just a musical? Like, there's a couple of people who are like, musical prodigies from childhood. Is he one of those? Because, sour grapes. I might not look at him because I'm jealous. Yeah? Okay. That's cool. More power to him. Anyway, as I said, I'm going to cut it short today because we've got to take the dog to his grooming daycare. He's going to go play with his buddies. And they understand that he's blind and they make sure he's okay and stuff like that. So, and then company meeting went well. Yay. Yesterday was fine. My tooth, I did not get fixed because traffic was really bad and I was on my way to get my tooth fixed. And I was like, if I do this, I'm going to miss the company meeting. And it's like the annual one. And there's a bunch of people come in from outside the country, like all the reps from the other, our other international locations. They get flown in, they spend a week here, but I only really have an opportunity to meet people and hang with them on the day of the major meeting. So I eschewed the fixing my tooth so I could have some time with my peers, and it was fun. So, but I still got to get my tooth fixed now. But, oh well. Hey, DP Modern Muso. All right, anyone else sneak in while I wasn't paying attention? He's somewhat envy-inducing in musical skills. That's cool. So my dad told me when I was a kid, and he basically caught me being a braggart, with my bass playing. I was the best bassist in my sphere of awareness, is sort of his point. He said, Luco, you are always, no matter how good you get at do anything, he was talking about playing bass, but he said, Luco, there's always someone better than you. So keep that in mind. So yeah, that's cool. Jacob Collier is definitely one of those, I guess. So that's awesome. So is Harry Connick Jr., and I really like his stuff. Talk about starting early. Let's see. Steve, you PM me the link to the VST. Thanks, man. All right, cool. So let's make some noise on top of this. Kill our drones. Let's do. I like the choir as like an accent. So we'll bring that in a minute. And that lead can stay. I don't want to start with a drone. All right, we'll do that. Whoop. Let's kill our other patterns. There we go. I think I fell off the downbeat. Let's do a shorter pattern here. It's because the delays are not in sync. All right, that's fine. We'll keep that. Let's put a little bass line on it. Too deep. Oh man, that's really fucking with me. Those off those off-tempo things, I'm going to mute this temporarily. And let's put a bass line down. Man, timing's off today. My internal meter is messed up. Just need to add a steady beat to this mod wave, to this wave state thing, because the echo was messing with me. So just put downbeats down. There we go. All right, we captured that. Do a little chord change over top of stuff. Let's see. Karen, I have to ask, and it's not out of disrespect. How old are you? Because you say things that my son would say. Pretty lights go brrr, right? Which is hilariously funny when you say it. I enjoy the comment. But my son says stuff like that when he walks into my studio. He's 22. So Adam Neely has entered the chat. I wish. Fluffing. Yeah, it's fluffing with me. Fargan. Fargan is a word we use. Hey, George. I think I'm near the end of the chat. Let's see. Don't read this garbage, Kieran. It's fine. Blinking lights go brrr. I'd put that on a bumper sticker. Yes, my son is witty and brilliant. He is. That's fine, Kieran. We're all so mature all the time. This needs drums. I think that's the goal, is going to be the goal for the rest of the year is to get better at doing drums. So it's always the thing that takes the longest for me when I'm like trying to work on a song or an album. Like the song itself comes out in a few days and the drums takes like 10 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or it's something that I am frustrated with and the song will never get released because I can't find a rhythm part that I'm happy with. So maybe I just need to practice. Let's bring this out. And that's the end. All right. So it's almost, 5:45 here. And we have to leave here at 7. And both my wife and I need a shower. And then we have to sort of prep the dog for travel and things like that. It's wicked cold out right now. What is it? Hang on a second. Oh my God. I said wicked. I used wicked as a amplifier. What's the right word for when someone says something's wicked hot or wicked cold? It's very New England, very Boston. And an intensifier, a grammatical intensifier. So, okay. Let's see. What is that in Celsius since the majority of us watching are not in the Fahrenheit territory? It's minus 17 Celsius outside right now, which is 2 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh my God. So the poor dog, we put a coat on him and he's got a fur coat, right? But his belly's like exposed and the hair on his belly, especially on his nethers, is there's almost no hair. And so that poor guy, man, it's cold enough for me. I can only imagine what it's like for him. So, oof. Anyway, it's a bit brisk out. So I need to get going. And let's see. I hope that was entertaining. That was what are we, day 22? 9 days left. We're in the final 10 countdown. So, George, yeah, are you in Connecticut? Yeah, it's cold right now in New England. Hey, Phil X, I'm sorry, man. You're missing it. You're coming in at the end. I've got a bunch of things I got to get done. So we're just running, what is it? We've been going for 48 minutes and we're going to call it a day for now. Let's see. Yeah, minus 17 Celsius. It is cold here right now. Let's see. Anything else? Hey, Doug. Yep, you snuck in at the end. Sorry. My dog shaves too. Yeah, okay. All right, everyone. You all have a good day. All right. I'll be back tomorrow. And tomorrow will be a bit lengthier. And then Friday morning will be significantly longer. If there's anything, so I don't know. Oh yeah, what do? We talked about effects for that person in the comments whose name I can't recall. I hope that was useful for you. There's no secret. So, and I'm no expert, right? I turn dials until it feels good. That sounds inappropriate. I turn dials till it sounds good, and then we'll go. All right, I'll shut up. Bye, you guys. Have a great day.